So, markets kicked off the week with a bit of a relief rally, but don't get too comfortable just yet. Hey everyone, it's Tuesday morning, April 7th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital, Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. Alright, let's get started. U.S. equities actually pushed higher, even though geopolitics are still running the show right now. The Standard & Poor's 500 gained 0.4%, the Dow Jones was up 0.4%, and the Nasdaq added 0.5%. Now what's interesting is that markets basically shook off earlier losses. Those were triggered after renewed threats from Donald Trump, who extended a deadline to today, warning that if no deal is reached, attacks on key infrastructure could follow. But then sentiment shifted. Reports started coming out that diplomatic efforts are picking up again. There's talk about a potential ceasefire and, more importantly, a possible reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. That's a big deal, because any disruption there could push inflation higher through energy prices. According to reports, both Iran and the US have received a proposal via Pakistan, and there's apparently a last push for a 45-day pause in hostilities, and you could see that uncertainty directly in oil markets. Prices were all over the place during the session but ended higher. Brent crude moved toward $110 per barrel, while West Texas Intermediate traded around $112, up more than 1%. Now, shifting gears to macro. Yesterday was also the first real chance for investors to react to the March jobs report after the holiday, and that report was actually pretty solid. The U.S. economy added 178,000 jobs, and the unemployment rate came down to 4.3%. So, yeah, the labor market is still holding up. Looking ahead, the focus now turns to inflation data coming out later this week, and we'll also get earnings from Delta Airlines tomorrow. And one more thing, European markets were closed yesterday for Easter Monday. So today we'll finally see how they react to all of this. Alright, that's it for today's Capital Markets Quickie. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and stay in the loop. And if you want more insights, just add me on LinkedIn. Always happy to connect. See you tomorrow morning.